Greetings to everyone. This part 3 video is for the lesson Our Culture and Heritage. In the first video, we have studied about our culture, what is our culture and what is our heritage and what are our languages. In the second video, we have studied about our literature. But in the third video, we are going to deal with what are our arts and our monuments and our sculptures. So before getting into the lesson, as usual, I want to give you one interesting information. Let's see.
So she is Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. She was a famous freedom fighter and social reformer. She has contributed a lot of things towards art and culture. So to preserve Indian art and culture, she has founded all these things. National School of Drama and Sangeet Natak Academy and the Crafts Council of India. So the main reason for this institution is to encourage and protect Indian craftspeople and artists. She had done a lot of great things for craftspeople and artists. Really, we have to appreciate her. Now, let's see about our culture and heritages. So, the one thing is our arts. What are arts? Music, dance, drama, and film, and also painting and crafts, and sculpture and architecture. These are all arts. So, the who are dealing with these things will be called by artists. Now, let's closely watch about music and dance. So, music and dance will be classified into two. It has two major things, classical and folk. What is classical? So, it has some fixed rules and developed over a long period of time. And the folk means it is, on the other hand, we can tell it is more flexible. There is no certain rules for that. We can do with anything. That is called by folk. So as we know, India has a rich heritage of music and dance. There are mainly two traditions of Indian classical music. So one is Hindustani, another one is Carnatic. So Hindustani, which developed in northern India, Carnatic, which is developed in southern India. So we know Kishori Anohkar, she's very famous for Hindustani, and we know her, M.S. Subbulakshmi. She was also famous for Carnatic music. I want to give you one information about Indian classical music. It is actually based on the system of ragas. So it is each raga is a unique combination of all the 7 musical notes or some other notes. Sari, Game, Padanisa. We used to tell that, right? So this is our basic system of ragas in Indian classical music. Now let's see some famous classical dances. So in Odisha, the classical dances are called by Odissi. So in Assam, it is Chatriya. And in Kerala, the classical dance is called by Mohiniyattam. And in northern India, it's Kathak. And in Tamil Nadu, it's Bharatanatyam. And in Manipur, it is Manipuri. And Kerala, the classical dance called by Kathakali. Kuchipudi from Andhra Pradesh. And Yakshana from Karnataka. So these are all some examples of classical dances in India. Now let's see about folk dances. The name of the folk dances. So in Punjab, the famous folk dances are Bhangra and Gida. We know that Bale Bale song, right? So they used to sing that song and dance. So that dance is called by Bhangra. And Assam is a Bihu. I guess you must be have seen these kind of dances in Ooty or somewhere. In a tribe, people used to dance like this. But this kind of dance is very different. It is called by Bihu. The Assam people used to dance this. And Mizoram, it is Cherao. They used to have some sticks in between the sticks. They used to do some steps. And another one is Zumur. It is a famous folk dance in Assam and West Bengal. So the people of Assam and West Bengal used to dance this kind of folk dance. And Ghumar, I know you might have seen this dance of Priyanka Chopra. I don't know the name of the movie. It's a Ghumar dance. Okay, it is famous in Rajasthan. So in West Bengal and Jharkhand and Odisha, Chau. This dance is called by Chau. They will dress up with they dressed up like dolls and used to dance. And this is Garba and Dandiya. It is famous in Gujarat. We know that, right? Dandiya. So people used to use some sticks and do some steps. This is famous dance in Gujarat. So now let's see some paintings which are called by our heritage. So rock paintings created by early humans more than 30,000 years ago. So this is our one of the painting. It will be found in Bhimaheta cave. It is located in Madhya Pradesh. When you have some opportunity to visit Madhya Pradesh, it is nearby Bhopal. Just try to see all these paintings. And one more painting is in Ajanta cave. It is in Maharashtra. So around 3,000 years ago, artists created beautiful ferocious in Ajanta caves. So paintings done directly on walls. So these pharaohs tell us stories from the life of Buddha. You can see Buddha, right? So this tells us stories of Buddha. During Mughal rule, they have developed some miniature style painting. So you can look on the picture. It is very small painting with great detail. When you go closer to the painting, you can see some details will be there. But it has very small painting. So one more style of painting is Kalingat Patachitra. So these paintings will be available in Kolkata. This is the style of painting, and Mysore style paintings also there, and Muhammadi style of paintings also there, and Tanjavur style paintings also there. And India has also produced many talented painters in the modern age. So we'll see who are the painters. So we know him, Raja Ravi Verma. So we used to call Ravi Verma's paintings that are very nice, right? So when in Tamil cinema we used to when we describe about the heroine, we used to tell Ravi Verma Oviyam Ni. So that kind of beauty does. So his paintings are awesome in nowadays. We are prizing his paintings. And Abindranath Tagore. His painting also very nice. Usually his painting will tell some information. It has some values and moral values. And Amrita Shergill. She's a woman feminist. She used through her painting. She will give some strong. She used to give some strong message to the society for for females. And we know him, K.G. Subramaniam. His paintings are very modernist, and through his painting also he used to tell some message to the society. And we know him, Nandal Bose. So his paintings will be very simple, but it has lot of values. Through the paintings and painters, we can learn that so paintings can give strong message to the society, even in the silent way. So try to paint something and have the habit of painting. You will have some better, fresh start in your life. So try to paint and have a habit of painting. Now let's see about our monuments and sculptures. Let's see what are they. So India is a land of beautiful monuments and sculptures. So one is Ellora Cave. In there, there's actually 1,500 years old. There you can see statue of Buddha. So Buddhist monks used to live and pray in these caves. We can still see the prayer held on stone beds cut of rocks in the Ellora Caves. So the next one is Shiva as Nataraja. This is 1,500 years ago. So it is such stunning sculpture of Shiva or the Nataraja were made in South India. And another sculpture is the Priest King. So it has found in Indus Valley civilization, more than 4,000 years old. So these are all sculptures of India. So Shiva's Nataraja, Priest King, and Buddha in Ajanta caves are sculptures. Now let's see about the monuments of our country. So here you can see this is our sandstone church. It is located in Chennai. It is very old and beautiful church in the South India. And this is Sun Temple. It is actually located in Konark, Kolkata in Odisha. It is dedicated to the sun god. And the temple resembles a chariot with big stone wheels and stone horses. And one more thing is the Qutub Minar. We know that, right? It is actually located in Delhi. It is one of the tallest minarets in Asia. So do you know what is minaret? Minarets mean a tower part of mosque. So it is kind of the tallest tower. When you compare the Asian countries, this Qutub Minar is the tallest minaret. Okay. When the another one is Victoria Memorial, Kolkata. So it is located in Kolkata. It was built by the British government. And last but not least, this is our Taj Mahal. So this is one of the wonder of the world. So the Taj Mahal is one of the Indians' most famous monument. Okay, it was built by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Okay, so still we can say our pride in Taj Mahal. So in this chapter, we have looked at just a slice of India's rich and varied culture and heritage. We should be proud of our culture and heritage. So India is a land of great culture and diversity. People practices so many different religions and speak many different languages and have such diverse customs. But yet, for thousands of years, all these people have lived together in harmony and learned from each other. Let us continue to treat each other with tolerance, with kindness and empathy. So we should do all become a citizen of this country to protect and preserve it. That's all. So I want to give you some
activities. First, art integrated activity. For that, you are going to have a cultural act by representing the state of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So choose any two tasks from the following. Okay, look on the task which we have given in the following. First one is alphabet letters of Kashmiri, and the second one is dance video or singing video. Okay, for that you can dress like them, like Kashmiri people, and you can dance or you can sing in their languages. Okay, make sure you are doing it in their languages. That means Kashmiri. Okay, and also in the third task, 10 proverbs in Kashmiri languages with its English meaning. Okay, for these three you can choose any two and represent the Jammu and Kashmir. The value-based activity. So for that I have already given you in the second video. Collect old coins and old books or old stamps from your ancestor, and minimum 5 numbers you have to collect and label as my rich heritage. And the third one is subject enrichment activity. For this you are going to make a pamphlet. Okay, so for just consider you have a tourist agency. For that you are going to attract the tourist people for Mysore, which is located in Karnataka. So when you are making the pamphlet, you have to highlight its culture and heritage in order to attract people for your place. So do this activity and post it in Google Classroom. The details of the work also will be found in the Google Classroom. We'll meet you in the next lesson. Thank you. Stay safe.